We're getting ready. Oh. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show. As always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Also, I'm a certified empowerment coach and president and CEO of Express Your Vibe Coaching Communications. We have another friend on the show. He's been on the Dr. Vibe show before, but he's one of those few people who knew me when I had hair. So if you want to know about Dr. Vibe, including his real name, if you contact him, he may, and I understand, he may tell you some stories about me. All good, but it's the truth. I have Bill Banham on the conversation tonight, and I have known Bill, wow, at least 20 years.
Oh, it's more than that, my friend.
Wow. Well, he's still
late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. For me to see Bill with a beard, let alone gray hair and a beard, I knew Bill as babyface Bill. So this is always a culture shock for me. But Bill is an incredible individual. He's done so much, not only personally but professionally. And there's so many things we could chat about. You know, really and truly. I don't know what to pick, so I'm going to have him give a few minutes and just share a little about himself. Then we're going to talk about equipping the future. But before we get to that equipping the future piece, he's going to talk about himself, and then I'll ask him about why there's a certain turn now in his journey. So, Bill, always a pleasure. Please share a little bit about yourself.
Perfect. Well, first and foremost, Dr. Vibe, I want to thank you so much for putting me on the show today.
I reached out, man. I saw what you were doing. I said, I got to get a piece of this.
Well, thank you. You know, it's been one heck of a journey. Like I said, you and I started in the music industry in 1987. And I think you and I met, if not in 87, then it was 88, 89, 90, somewhere in that early part of our careers. And, you know, for me, it was... I decided to find an industry, a business that I loved and I was passionate about, and I surrounded myself with people who were very influential and very experienced in that industry, and I became obsessed with learning. You probably remember me asking questions all the time in the dance pools and all that sort of thing. We'd be asking questions all the time, and my career, you know, went pretty quickly in the music business. You know, started when I was 18 years old in the warehouse of Warner Brothers. At 27, I was president and CEO of Virgin Records. 32, moved over to Sony as senior vice president and general manager. But when you look at that time frame, on one hand you say it's really rapid, it's very fast. On the other hand, I had some incredible mentors that really allowed me and kind of like gave me all of their information to really help fast track my career. And, you know, around the 2000 mark, the world figured out how to download it for free. I saw the writings on the wall, and I decided to pack up away from the music business and go out on my own. Became that entrepreneur, if you will, probably around 2004. And I started consulting a lot of, you know, musicians and publishing companies, and it turned into film and television. And then all of a sudden I found myself going, okay, as much as I love music and entertainment, I wasn't feeling the passion about the business anymore because it was on a decline. And I was introduced to a few different entrepreneurs and said, hey, you know what, I can help you build your business. Brought on, you know, C-level experience, you know, kind of putting together go-to-market strategies, business plans, raising capital, things like that for entrepreneurs. And really loved it. And it was about 2009 where a lot of my friends and business colleagues and people within my network said, Bill, you were mentored by, you know, not only the top corporate executives in the entertainment industry, but you've also been mentored by a millionaire and a billionaire in Mr. Branson. And they said, Bill, you know what you need to do? You need to go out and give back. You need to go out and pay it forward and teach people the mentorship that you received. And for me, I'll be honest, man, I was petrified. I was, you know, I was blessed to get this information, but I didn't know if I had the chops to give it back. You know, I wanted to, but I didn't know how. And last summer, I'll finish the story real quick. Last summer, a friend of mine called and said, hey, Bill, you know, we need someone to come on in and be the professor of marketing for this private college in Mississauga. Would you mind coming on board and doing it? And I said, absolutely, love to. And what I found was after every single class, I had a class of 63, after every single class, 10, 15, 20 kids would kind of hang out for 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, asking questions. And it was never about marketing. It was always about, I'm going into the corporate world, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to start my own business, you know, what about this, what about this, what about this? And it was always questions that they didn't know, they weren't set up for. And it was that point where I said to myself, you know what? I need to do what Stan and Kevin and Kim and Roger and Randy and Sir Richard and Tommy Mottola and all these people did for me, and that was really teach me and give me the right path, the right knowledge and the right path to move forward quickly in an industry. And I said to myself, I'm going to go and do what everybody's been nudging me and pushing me to do since 2009, and that's give this information back, because I'm a note taker, I'm a really good listener, and I've taken all the mentorship of over 20 years in my laptop, and I've now created just over 60, that's 60 hours of content.
Wow.
That I'll be giving out to people. So the long and the short of it is, last week, as you know, last week launched BillBanham.com. It's BILLBANHAM.com. There's a video on the homepage explaining everything. Enter your preferred email. You're going to get daily tips and trainings on how to truly maximize your professional potential, whether you're a student trying to get into the marketplace, whether you're a corporate employee, you know, wanting to get that next promotion, whether you're an entrepreneur wanting to go to the market or take your business to the next level, or whether you're in the wonderful world of home-based businesses and want to become that leader, that executive. That's what it's all about, and I'm really passionate about it. We're 1 week into the business. We had great testimonials. Business was a solid week last week, and I'm really fired up, very, very excited. Thanks for allowing me on the show and share.
No, you know, you always have a home here. Yeah, and it's been that like that for over 20, 25 years. So there's so many different things I want to ask, and there's such little time. But I think one of the interesting things is that you were nervous to go do that teaching. And as experienced in the business world and in life as you are, you were still nervous. And I think that's a great lesson for anyone who's watching, because it's not bad to be nervous.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You know,
for me, it was like, I knew I had the knowledge up here, but it came down to, you know, one, learning public speaking. And you know, over my career, I was put in a position to be on stage to do presentations and things like that. So, you know, I had a little bit of experience about it. But it was one of those things where, what if somebody decided to throw a question at you that you didn't know the answer, you didn't want to be made fun of, or what have you. And I just got over it. You know, to me, I read a lot. I do a lot of personal development, and I'm at the point now where it's like, you know what? This is me. This is what I do. This is what I'm going to share. Take it or leave it. You know, and there's people out there that love it, and people out there that go, hey, it's not for me. Whatever. That's totally fine.
Let me ask, I love to ask, especially book writers or people who go into new ventures, do you remember the moment that you said, okay, I got to do this Bill Banham thing? Do you remember, was there a particular moment, or was there, because I know you said that, you know, these kids would be asking you questions. When did it, what did it feel like? When did you know I need to do this?
November 26th last year, 2016, finished up a class, got in the car, and I called one of my best friends, Chris, and I said, hey, Chris. He says, hey, how was your class? Because he knew I was totally digging this, having a lot of fun. And I said, you know what? I said, bro, I got to do what everybody's been pushing me to do since '09. And he says, what do you mean? I go, I got to take this knowledge and give it to kids and give it to corporate employees and give it to entrepreneurs. I just got to do it. And then he said, well, you know what, Bill, you got the knowledge, just go and do it. And I go, but I don't even know how to start. I'm not a tech guy. I know Dr. Vibe knows a lot about the web and internet and websites and all that tech stuff. I knew nothing. And so the last, you know, I'll call it 8-9 months has been a monstrous learning curve from a tech side. I'm still no master at it in any way, shape, or form.
No problem.
But very, very simply, November 26th, I knew I had to do this.
Excellent, excellent. And as Bill is already have thoughts of helping him already as it's speaking, because he's very prolific now on Facebook Live and things like that. And I'm going, oh, I have an idea, a suggestion for Bill that can help him with a presence. This is great. How has the business world changed over your journey?
Just the business world in general, or you're looking at the entertainment industry?
Well, they're two different animals. So let's look at each one, because I don't want to get too heavily dig in, because I want people to watch your videos. But so just like that's how in one place, how has the business world changed, and how has the entertainment world changed?
Good question. Let's start with entertainment. You know, back in 98, 99, 2000, when the world figured out Napster and LimeWire and a bunch of different, you know, torrent sites out there now that you can just go and get anything, the industry was petrified, but they had their head in the sand in the sense that they didn't really know what to do at that time. You know, they wanted to go digital, but they didn't have any digital people. You know, and Apple was the one that was the first out of the gate with iTunes, and they cut a ridiculous deal and became the most profitable business on the planet Earth in the history of business. And now what the industry is at is they're sharing a very small piece of the subscription pie. You know, whether it's or, you know, Apple Music or Google Play, there's a bunch of them out there. So the industry's changed quite drastically there. The business world has changed quite significantly. We've all seen a lot of downsides in many companies and many industries. But what we've also seen is the whole disruptive industry, you know, where over the last 10, 20, 30 years, certain industries, so you can look at Netflix and Uber and Airbnb and the list goes on, where they've taken an industry that's been a multi-billion-dollar industry, turned it around with a little app, you know, with a little bit of technology, and all of a sudden made billions and billions and billions of dollars and vastly changed the industry. So you've got corporations today going, what company that does not exist today is going to take us out in a year, 2 years, 5 years, versus, you know, Pepsi and Coke aren't worried about each other anymore. You know what I mean? They just kind of, it's like brothers and sisters almost. It's different industries out there today. The financial industry, the taxi industry, the travel industry, the book industry, heck, retail industry. Look at Amazon. You know, Amazon has taken over the world. And here's a company that stock keeps going up and up and up, but they're not showing the profit to show that stock increase, but it still keeps going up because everybody knows they're the biggest player in the marketplace from a digital standpoint. You know, and you've got Walmart saying we're going to make a massive change. We're going online. We're going to go head-to-head against Amazon. So it's really interesting from a disruptive standpoint, from a corporate world standpoint. Yeah.
With the young people that you shared with over the last few months, the things that they were asking you, were they anything different than what you were asking your mentors when you were their age?
Vastly different. You know, it's an internet world today. When I was growing up at Warner Brothers and then through MCA and then Virgin, there was no such thing as internet until halfway through it, you know? Today it's, okay, Bill, I've got this idea. How do I market it? How do I promote it? How do I network it? How do I get capital? You know, those weren't things that I was asking my mentors for. You know, my first mentor said, Bill, what's your biggest dream in life? And it's like, I want to be a president of a record company. And he said, okay, so what's the first step? And I said, I have no idea. That's why you're here. And he goes, no, what's the first step before becoming the president? And I went, the vice president. And he goes, what's the one before that? I said, the director. And he goes, we're backwards. And that's the day he actually took me from his office, Stan Kuhn, took me from his office, walked me through the office. I was excited. People were playing music and all this crazy. I mean, this is amazing. And he walked me into the warehouse. And I said, this is not what I was expecting. And he said, Bill, if you don't understand the bottom of the company, you'll never understand the top of the company. And that was my first day of being mentored. I had no clue, but it's so true. You know, there's a lot of kids out there today that go, I want to walk in and, you know, be a vice president. And I've spent 4 years and $100,000 in university to become a master's degree in marketing or business or finance. I want to go in at the top. And they're like, no, you need to understand the bottom of the company before you understand the top.
I like that. And Stan was a very wise man. So that I met him a number of times. That statement is good for ever and ever.
100%.
So it brings me to another point. What are your thoughts, and I know you probably have to be careful here, on the education system and how it's equipping our future?
Wow, I've got I got a love-hate relationship with the education world out there. Let me just say that, I did all of what I said at the beginning. No college, no university. I was 18 years old, right out of high school. And back then, you could do something like that. Today, it's a lot different. I won't say that you need that degree. I won't say that you don't need that degree. I think there's two different types of people that are growing up today. People that have that entrepreneurial spirit, blood, and heart and soul in them, and people that don't. And that's fine. There's not right or wrong for either side. My daughter is the first, Banham to actually go to university, and she's finishing up her 4th year at York.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm really excited for her. I'm very proud of her. She's amazing. She's an English major and a theater major. Excuse me. Wants to be a teacher. Just fantastic. But today, I think that the education system, while it brings greatness in certain areas, it really falls apart in others. And I think that they could really fix that other area. We're not giving anyone real financial education today. Number one,
big time.
Number one, nobody's learning how to truly manage money and grow money. We're not teaching anybody real true entrepreneurialism. Where they have the ability to go out and start your own company. There's a few courses, but even those professors have not started their own business. They're teachers. So I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Understood. You spent a number of months getting ready for this launch. What were some of the challenges over those months before you made that launch happen?
Technology, for me.
Right.
For me, I've always been the networker, the marketing, the sales, the promotion, the talker. The face up front, the going out and the cold calls, the warm calls, that type of stuff. I was never the person behind the scenes putting the website together, putting together auto-responding emails to, all the back end, the software, the technology.
Right.
And I'll be very honest with you, and this is one thing that I've learned over my own time over the last 8-9 months, is if I had just stopped procrastinating on learning it, it would have been done much faster.
Hey.
We're human beings.
Yep.
We procrastinate on things that we don't feel comfortable with. And I was thinking, do I just go, hire somebody, which typically is what I would normally have done. But on the other hand, I said to myself, Bill, you got to do this on your own, and you got to go through the process. And if you're truly going to give back on a variety of different levels of experience that you have, why not add a little bit of, hey, I put a website together and I put together some, auto responders and I put together some back-end software to help people on that end as well. So it took longer than I wanted it to,
right.
But that was the thing that scared me, was the technology side, 100%.
And take us back to the day you launched.
Last Monday.
Let's go back to that. I want to hear about, I saw the video, but I want to hear about the background of that day.
Well, the video was going to be much earlier in the day, but when nerves kick in and last minute software things and the website, we got to get this up, we got to get that up. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist in the sense that I want it to look the way I envision it to look.
Right.
And there are times where that just happen. There's an old saying, ready, aim, fire. But in today's business world, sometimes it's ready, fire, aim. Sometimes you just got to get into the marketplace and go, okay, I need to guide it a little bit over here or a little bit over here just to get to where I need to be. So that day, we finally got everything up and running around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, from a technology standpoint. And I said, okay, I just got to click Facebook Live and do this, make the announcement. So I decided to make the announcement. A little bit longer announcement than I wanted to. I like to keep things short and sweet with respect to Facebook Live. I know that we have a lot of people, including myself, who have the whole ADD thing, and you can't focus for too long. But I started really getting excited about it and talking about the launch, and it absolutely blew my mind, Dr. Vibe. It blew my mind that the response and the engagement from my network out there on a global scale took over. I got I think it's like 3,300 views, and it's like triple any other video that I ever had on Facebook, and that was in a 25-hour period.
Okay,
it was crazy.
So Bill, let me ask you, why do you feel the engagement, other than I think I know, but why do you feel the engagement was so much higher on that video? I can tell. I'll give you my answer after you're finished, but I just wanted to hear, why do you feel, other than launching a brand new thing, why do you feel the engagement was so much more?
Well, it's funny you say that, because typically, I've thrown the odd video up on Facebook and Instagram, and got 800 to 1,000 views, and I wasn't really actively promoting anything. I was just sharing some stuff. And my biggest fear inside me was, you're going to launch this business, and it's going to be exactly the same, 800 to 1,000. And some of my friends and mentors in the industry, are getting 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, million views, and you're like, wow, I would love to be able to get to that point. And I think the reason why I had such great engagement on that one video, that announcement video, is because my network has been busting my chops to go out and share this information since 2009. And the fact that I said, okay, today's the day, we're out in the marketplace, here it is that everyone shared, everyone liked, everyone commented, it ended up in people's feeds, and really started to create some momentum, which was wonderful. Very, very excited about that.
I'm going to add on to what you said there. When I watched it, you told some of your story.
Yeah, true. Which is what my Facebook Live was all about today, stories.
You told some of your story. You were passionate, and I think there were people, the wide amount of people that saw it, found out things they did not know about you.
True enough.
And I think it was one of the things I really love to do is teach through transparency, and I was watching you do that on that Facebook Live. So that was, other than launching it, that's what that's what got me engaged. I said, it got my attention. I watched the whole thing. I watched it twice. I said, I said, Bill is at another level. It's the level that I've known about him for many years, but he was just expanding it to let people get through. So that's what really hooked me in to watching that.
I appreciate that very much. It was definitely the engagement on a variety of different levels, and what you just said makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. So with BillBanham.com, what are you looking to offer people with BillBanham.com?
Perfect. You know what? It's interesting you asked that. I've had a few friends that have reached out and said, "What's the plan?" And I said, "The plan is this. Got over 20 years of significant, well-established corporate executives, millionaires, billionaire, up to a general of the United States Army, who have all mentored me. And I've got all this information, and I wanted to put it in a video form that would allow young and old, male, female, doesn't matter, any race, doesn't matter where you live in the world, it works. And the majority of it is being given away for free. And the way I'm doing that, I'm doing some Facebook Lives, but the way I'm doing it, I'm calling it Video of the Day. It's a 60-second clip. Everything is 60 seconds. And the reason for 60 seconds is it's going to give you a tip that anyone can listen to, understand, and implement. Okay? And it's not too long, whereas someone might go, oh, I want to check out this video, but it's 12 minutes long, it's 45 minutes long, it's an hour long. I don't have time right now. I'm at the office. I don't have time right now. I'm about to get on the bus. I don't have time right now. And so the free content's going out, 60-second clips, 60-second clips. And then it's going to drive everybody to BillBanham.com. So all that free stuff is on social media. It's going to drive everybody to BillBanham.com. BillBanham.com is a video on the homepage, very similar to what our story, talking about who I am, what I've done, and why I'm here now. And very simply saying, hey, on an almost daily basis, I'm going to give away free trainings, free tips for students, entrepreneurs, corporate employees, home-based business owners, etc., to be able to help take themselves and maximize their professional potential. If you're interested in receiving daily tips and trainings, put your email in. I'll email it off every single day. Every single day. Already 108 days are programmed, ready to go to the marketplace, of hours upon hours of free content to go out to the marketplace.
Nice.
Now, that is going to help a lot of people. Now, but let's face it, we can only give away so much within 60 seconds. Yep. We can only go into so much detail in 60 seconds. The step 2 is to be able to see who wants to take it truly to the next level, right? So there'll be some packages for sale. Some packages are $9.99, $10. Now, I've had numerous conversations for the last 8-9 months with people that are in the marketplace, that are mentors, that are coaches, that are lifestyle coaches, that are trainers in specific industries, business consultants, all that. And they said, Bill, $10, it's not worth anything. No one's going to care. They said, you need to get into the marketplace where you're charging $1,000 an hour, $10,000 an hour, $15,000 a day. And I'm like, that's great for the 1%. Mm-hmm. And that's not why I'm here. The students that I was teaching last year in a private college, they're not going to be able to afford that. That's not going to help them. Of all of them, the 1% is going to get to a VP or a president, and they're going to be able to afford $10,000 for a day or an hour or whatever it is, right? And what's going to happen, I'll be very honest with you, the people that can still afford the $10,000, they're going to take those trainings, and of all those people taking those trainings, 1% of them are going to implement it.
That's right.
99% are going to waste their 10 grand.
Yep.
So what I decided to do is I'm going to take the realistic approach. I'm not going to go and try to get wealthy off of, a few hundred people. What I want to do is I want to be able to go out to tons and tons of people, thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people around the world and go, $10. This video, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it's going to be, is going to go into extreme detail so that you can become more accountable. So that you can become more of a better time manager. I like to call it time scheduler. To be able to improve your ability to follow through with your commitment. I'm going to pick topics from A to Z, A to Z, depending on where you're from, Canada or America. A to Z, where you can actually go out and go, I can get a $10 training on this particular topic. It's because I know I'm weak in that area. Now, you can go buy these packages a la carte, right, and get the free trainings online. Or you can do what I recommend, which is my little baby, my private joy, and I'm calling it Masterclass. Masterclass is a private, password-protected mentorship group within BillBanham.com. So you can go on there, and it is a monthly subscription fee, $1 per day, $30 a month, where you get everything, an all-inclusive menu. Everything that I'm creating, whether it's $10, whether it's one-on-one, whatever it is, you're going to get it within the masterclass. Now, with that being said, we launched last week, and I decided to put a promotion into place, and it's $30 a month, or if you want to buy the first year up front, it would normally be $360. I'm giving a 50% discount.
Wow.
So it's $180, first year, no monthlies, you get everything.
Wow.
After that first year, you can go on the monthly.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Huge.
You may have a subscriber in waiting right now.
Awesome. BillBanham.com, go to Masterclass, watch the video, subscribe, or buy up front. Your call.
You know what? It's interesting from what you've previously shared and what you just shared right now. You're doing something different than the masses, a lot of the masses. You've reserved the masses and do the opposite. And one of my mentors taught me a long time ago, most people know the know, like, and trust, but there's two more aspects. Do you have what they want, which you do, and can they afford what you're offering?
Exactly.
And I think that is absolutely, and that's a perfect, right there, people. The teaching you just got there from Bill, that's enough for you to subscribe anyways. If that's just like thumbnail stuff.
Absolutely. Here's a quick example, and I'm not going to mention names. I'm not a big fan of gossip or bashing anybody's special competition.
Nope.
I was talking to a couple of friends, a husband and wife. I'll mention their names because they're wonderful, wonderful people. John and Nadia Melton, out of Baltimore, Maryland, and they've been incredibly generous with me and their time, because they've been doing this a lot longer. Vastly different industry. You know, they teach a specific niche. Mine's a bit more business and corporate, if you will. But they said, Bill, you need to talk to this gentleman. And they gave me a name, a couple of names. And they said, you know what, Bill, you need to talk to this person.
No. We've just froze for a moment. Oh, we'll be back in a moment, folks. Bill has just frozen on us, so just bear with us. It's too bad. He was just getting into some really good stuff. So I'm gonna call Bill back. Just bear with me. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to call Bill back. He is just frozen for a moment. I'm going to... Oh, here we go. We got him coming back. Okay, technology is back. Here we go. We are back. No worries.
I'm in this new condo. Nothing but...
No problem. We're back live. It's all right. You know what? We, like good business people, we find a way.
Absolutely. So where did you?
You were talking about this couple that you reached out to.
John and Nadia.
Yes.
They said we need you to talk to a couple different people out in the marketplace. They can really help get your business up and running real fast. And I went, great. Let's put me in touch. So they put me in touch, and these people are tremendously successful. You know, $4 or $5 million a year in their businesses, and you know you got to respect that. And when I sat down and talked to them and I shared my idea with them, and I haven't even told you what the real juicy part of my business is yet, so remind me.
I will.
It hasn't been launched yet.
Okay.
But he was, wow, Bill, that is phenomenal. My suggestion is that you book a mentor day with me, fly down to Florida, sit down with me and my team and I, we will sit down and we will help you teach you A to Z how to launch this business and get it up and running real fast. And I said, that's awesome. Like, that's amazing. I'll fly down tomorrow. Like, you know, great, no problem. It's $15,000 US for the day.
Ho! Ho, 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 ho.
And I said to myself, because I know don't get me wrong, I'm a massive believer in personal and professional development. I've gone to countless seminars. I've paid for a ton of personal and professional development courses and you know, whether it's Tony Robbins and Darren Hardy and John Maxwell and a variety of others. I'm a big believer in spending money to truly benefit and educate yourself. However, I've never spent $15,000 in one day. And I said to myself, and not on the phone call, but I said to myself, I said, you know what? Could I put that money together and go do it? Yeah, I could. Could I go launch my business faster than ever before? Yeah, I could. I said, but then I'm not going to be, you know, focused on and targeting the people that I truly want to target. And that is everyone. Anyone who wants to learn and, you know, can afford a nominal fee in order to learn something. You know, I'm not talking about, the Harvard costs of personal and professional development. I'm talking about, let's go to school, folks, real school, and learn a topic that you feel you could benefit from in your particular environment. Whether it's a student coming out of school, whether it's a corporate employee wanting to get that next promotion or the raise, you know, or an entrepreneur wanting to go to market, what have you, you know what you need to learn. We all do. And that mentor and that coach is going to help you within BillBanham.com. And we're not going to go out there and charge $10,000, $15,000 a day. You know, just you're not going to do it.
No, that's crazy. Let me ask you, in going into this venture, what's your biggest fear, if you have any?
I think that the biggest fear is, for me, I spent 18 to 20 years in the corporate world, and climbed the corporate ladder and had some success and made some great money, and I'm very, very blessed and grateful for that opportunity. went out into the entrepreneurial world, and I took the route of helping others build their businesses. And this is the first time that I'm actually doing it for myself. I'm not building anyone else's business. I'm building BillBanham.com, the business, the brand, etc. And, there's two things. You live a certain lifestyle, and you go, what if it doesn't click as quickly as you think, Bill? You're going out, charging nominal fees for these trainings, which means you got to sell a heck of a lot more packages in order to make the kind of money you're used to making. And the fear for me was really coming to grasp with, it's not about the money. It's about finishing my career off the way I started my career, and that was complete passion. Mm. And people gave to me in my early days, and they were older, and now I'm older, and I want to be able to give back. And you know what? I know that the way the world works, the way the universe works, the more you give, the more you get. So I'll let the universe and the world play the way it plays out, and I'm just going to do my best and provide incredible value to anyone who wants to listen.
Since you've launched, give us one or two special moments you've had already.
Wow. I talked about it on my Facebook Live today. Today's Facebook Live was called Time to Share the Tale of Two Stories. And, we talked about stories at the very beginning.
Yes.
Stories are powerful. There's an old saying, facts tell and stories tell. People buy into stories. And everybody's story is different. However, what people don't realize is that there's truly only two stories on planet Earth. No matter, you and I, Ed, we have different lifestyle, different business, different experience, but ultimately we have one of two stories, and it's a story of struggle or it's a story of progress.
Yep.
And, when I started BillBanham.com last week, I was out sharing content, tips, trainings, that sort of thing. And on Saturday morning, I woke up to a Facebook request by somebody I never met before. Took a little page and went, oh, okay, nice, seems like a nice enough guy. Clicked accept. About 10 minutes later, I got a message, a Facebook message from him saying, hey, a friend of mine suggested I watch your Facebook Live last week. I went to your website. It was really inspiring. And I've had a real tough time. And I said, oh, what kind of tough time? And he says, well, I'm at my bottom's end. And I said, what do you mean your bottom's end? And he goes, my wife was killed in a car accident.
Whoa.
And I lost my job. And he started continuing his story, and it was just downhill and downhill and spiral. And I'm like, wow, like this is a struggling story. And he says, I know I'm capable. I know what I want to do. And I said, well, what is it you want to do? So he started explaining. He said, we talked for about a good half an hour. And I was listening and listening and listening. And I said, so you want to do A, B, and C, but you're not. He goes, I'm not doing A, B, and C because everyone around me is talking crap. Everyone's saying it's not going to work. Everyone's saying I shouldn't do it. And I said, well, here's the thing. Let me tell you what my mentors told me. I said, last November, I went to my mentors and said, I've been teaching these kids. I want to give back, but I'm petrified of the software and technology and website stuff. And they put me on a plan. They said, Bill, do A, B, and C today and tomorrow. And call me. So A, B, and C, and I called them. And they went, great. Here's D and E and F. Mm-hmm. And they put me on a plan. And this guy's name was Steve. Yep. And I said, Steve, let's talk about your A, B, and C. So I said, A, I want you to do this. B, I want you to do this. And C, I want you to do this. This was on Saturday morning. And Sunday, he reached out on Facebook Messenger. He goes, I did it, man. And I feel like I'm progressing. And I'm like, there's the shift.
There you go.
I talked about it in Facebook Live.
There you go.
And it's one of those things, folks, everyone out there who's dealing with a struggle doesn't want to talk about it, but they need to. They need someone that'll put their arm around them, over their shoulder, pick them up and say, hey, you know what, we're going to do this together. Let me help. And sure, there's a lot of people out there that'll throw sticks and stones, and there's an old quote, I can't remember who said it. Oh my goodness, it's escaped me now. But the point is, how does it go? When somebody is trying to make a change, don't throw their mistakes back at them.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same as throwing rocks at somebody trying to climb a mountain. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's really profound. And so that was one thing that has happened since the launch. The second thing, literally the next day, that Sunday, when we were working on Steve, which by the way became a member of the masterclass, and he's freaking out, he's loving it. I had one of my students from masterclass reach out and said, Bill, I'm having a story of progress. I'm progressing. I'm actually growing right now. Your masterclass has helped me. All I want to do is expedite this progress that I'm having so I can take it to the next level faster. And she has been all over me, literally, message, which is fine. It's wonderful. It's part of masterclass. Masterclass, you get to message me. We get to go back and forth. We can go on the phone. We can put a plan in place real fast so that you can start getting your plan in place and get your stuff back on track. Getting to where you want to go faster. That's what a coach and a mentor is supposed to do.
And it's important, and Bill's sharing here, but anyone who joined, you got to be willing to do the work.
Of course.
Yeah, but a lot of people have a theory of coaching. Oh, he's going to help me do this. No, you got to do the work.
You do. You know what? It's one of those things where we all know.
Yep.
You know, there's two little stories I want to say. You know, the 1st of January, the 2nd of January through to the 30th of January is always the busiest month in any gym. You go February the 1st and it's dead again.
Yep.
You know, people buy that membership and think they're just going to become like, you know, 6-packs. And it doesn't work that way. You know, and there was a thing I posted on Facebook, I don't know if you saw it, you know, when you talk about, if you had a friend back in August of 2007 that was sent away to jail, prison, for 10 years, okay, and they got out of jail yesterday. They got out of jail yesterday and you met up for a coffee. And they said, you know, it's been 10 years, man, I can't believe it. You know, what have you done in the 10 years? I've been sitting in prison. What have you done in the last 10 years? And how many people can honestly say they've done something different? How many people can honestly sit there and say, well, you know what? Pretty much the same. And that person that came out of prison said, I was locked up. No opportunity, no jobs, no raises, no friends, no network, no anybody wanting to help me along the way. Just me sitting in a cell. And you and I are exactly the same 10 years later. What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
You know? So what I think is there's people out there that have a lot of dreams and desires and goals and outcomes that they want to achieve. But they just don't know how to start. That's the hardest part, you know? I talked about ADD earlier, you know? And there's something called ADD, executive functioning, that, you know, my son dealt with for a while when he was younger. And executive functioning is when you know how to do something, but you don't know how to start. And when he was a little boy, he was like 7 or 8 years old, I'd say, okay, go upstairs and, you know, make your bed before you go to school. And he'd go up there, and he'd be up there for 15, 20 minutes. And I'd walk up and go, what are you doing? And he's like, I just got to figure out how to start. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, start to make my bed. I know I need to make my bed, but I don't know how to start. I don't know which thing to do first. And I go, oh, it's this sheet here. And he's like, oh, okay, I got it. And he would go on and do it. And little did I know that the world, the population around the world, knows what they want, knows what they need to do, but there's nobody there to help them with that first step.
It's true. It's like what John Maxwell always says, who's written many, many books. And someone asked him the other day, how did you learn to write? He says, I just started. It's simple. Yeah. As we close out our conversation here, what is your vision for the future of BillBanham.com? Where would you like to see? Where are you visioning to see it go for the next level?
Wow. I'm not saying next week. I'm not even saying next year.
Yeah.
What I would love to be able to do is take masterclass to a level of extraordinary heights. You know, have thousands of people on there every single day, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands around the world every day, getting tips, getting trainings. Having people on the forum sharing their success stories with others. And what I would love to do is take it to the next level where it actually kind of turns into keynote speaking. I love the stage. I love being able to speak to large groups. And what I'm doing today is working one-on-one in small groups. And it will grow. I know it will. It'll grow to the point where, you know, masterclass will run. I'll continue to do it. And there'll be tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people on it. But I want to travel the world and meet these people face to face, shake their hands, congratulate them on their successes, and just touch as many people as possible.
Nice, nice. Well, before we sign off, someone who's tuned in, one of my faithful followers, Dr. Tachi. It's probably a person you'd find very interesting, Bill. She does a weekly show on Periscope about media and pop culture. And she also has her PhD in Dr. Tachi, I'm going to say media communications. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she actually has her PhD in media communications. She teaches it, and she does a phenomenal show every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. about media and pop culture. She's also a film producer. I got it right. Good. She is a phenomenal person, and it's a person that you would find I know both you would find very interesting, and I will certainly do that collaboration through email for both of you. Because she says that she'd like to know more about you, and she's fantastic. She does fantastic stuff on Periscope, and when it comes to people about media and pop culture, she's the first person I turn to.
Well, I'd love to spend some time and get on the phone or a Zoom call or a call with her.
She's absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to end it off with that. So, Bill, one more thing, leave your contact information, and we'll let you go, because I know you got things on the go. You got all these people you got to deal with in a good way.
Absolutely. So all the social media platforms out there, my handle is at Bill Banham, which is BILL, BAN as in Nancy, HAM as in Mary. Website is billbanham.com. And, go to the website. It has everything in there. Go to the About Me, see a video of me talking about myself, giving you my story from ATL, actually before I was like 10 years old, right through to now, kind of giving you the full history of me. But check out the video on the main page. Hear what I have to say there. And if it's of interest to you, pop in your preferred email address. Let's get connected together, and I'll send some daily trainings off to you guys and gals. And if you love the value, great, continue. If you don't, unsubscribe. It's not a problem. I won't be hurt. But ultimately, I want to meet a lot of people out there and help as many people as I can.
Well, Dr. Vibe, after this conversation, is going to get on that list, and he's going to learn, and I'll even share some of the things that I've learned with Bill that he may or may not already know. There's things like churning in my head already, and you won't get access to the call people. That's between Bill and myself, and then you can get part of his network, and he can share it. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning me too, Dr. Tachi says she wants to be in on that call. Okay, Dr. Tachi. Well, we'll make sure of that. But yes, it's Dr. Vibe, your host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show. I'm also a certified empowerment coach, president and CEO of Express Your Vibe Coaching and Communications. If you want to catch any replays of my YouTube conversations, you're at the place. I've got about 250 subscribers in the last 2 or 3 months. So if you feel like joining up, great. If you want to catch replays of my audio conversations, the audio from my conversations, go to www.thedrvibeshow.com. Also go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music Store, selected audio conversations on thegoodmanproject.com and WJMS Radio. What else? If you want to get a complimentary 30-minute session empowerment-wise, touch base with me either at Twitter at drvibeshow, email dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com, or you can go to the website. What else? Oh, one other thing. I am also a brand ambassador for the only online magazine dedicated to African Americans in food, wine, and travel called Cuisine Noir Magazine. So there you go. So I think I've got everything. If not, just go to the website. 2 last things. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. And remember, too, sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger.
True enough.
On that note, folks, thanks for watching another epic conversation. Do check out BillBanham.com, because if you don't, I'm not going to let you watch the Dr. Vosh. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Please check it out. It'll be well worth it. I'm going to check it out, so make sure you do too. God bless. Peace you well. Keep the faith. And Bill will be back when he has some more time. God bless.